Greetings, Commanders, and welcome back to the Deep Space Carrier series here in Elite Dangerous. We made it all the way down to the southern part of the galaxy in the last episode, and we are now on our way to trying to get to... We're kind of doing like an outer ring kind of thing at this point. It's still the Four Corners series. We're doing a kind of an outer ring thing. Our current waypoint is this Vig's beacon over here on our way to Oob, and then eventually on to further destinations. This is going to be the next interesting thing that we're going to be able to go see. I've had to do a couple of jumps between the last episode and now to get to where the ship, my Mandalay, is actually able to do some routes. So I'm going to kind of go along parallel with the carrier looking for ice rings. Fortunately, though, the route that we're on actually does have a pristine icy ring in one of the systems along the way, so ideally we won't have to refuel until we get there. So I've already set the carrier to go ahead and start jumping to the first waypoint. So we'll just double check and make sure that that's actually happening. And then, yeah, so 15 minutes, that should be on its way there. And we're going to hop out of here in our ship and start heading off towards that waypoint there. As always, we're going to be doing scanning and all that stuff, looking for biology. We just had a 31 million credit carrier payout happen, so, you know, even though we're making money, I still want to keep making more money so that we have enough money in the bank to pay all of these fees. It's not fun having to do that. So let's get away from the carrier and we'll start hopping into the next set of systems here. Okay, we'll boost into the star as we normally do to try to minimize the amount of time it takes us to get through this, but with 9 bodies, we'll go ahead and scan this. I'm not really looking for icy rings at this point since the route is telling us that we have one coming up in our route. In general, if it tells me that we're going to have icy rings at some point along our route, I'm probably not going to pay much attention to that, and we're mostly just going to be looking to pay the bills with Exobiology. So I think that's kind of my policy at this point. So, like, even though we have some rings there, we're not really going to pay much attention to that. Alright, that's the last gas giant. Nothing else here, so let's go ahead and move on to... How did I get all turned around? Move on to the next system. Very weird. Okay. Super crew. Ah, wrong button. Wrong button. Okay, looks like there's a metal-rich body somewhere in here, so there's a few of them. Alright, yet again, there's nothing here, so we're going to move on to the next system. Boost into the star. I screwed that up. That's fine, though. We need to spend a little bit more time in this system making up for the fact that I screwed up the last one, so we'll grab our fuel here. 10 bodies is a pretty good number, so let's go ahead and get out of the star here and scan for bodies, and hopefully we'll find some biology here. Nothing there. Oh, there's 2 but on an icy world, it's just going to be Funticula. Don't really want to waste the time on that. All right, and unfortunately, the remaining stuff is behind the star, and I'm not going to relocate and do all of that. We will eventually find good stuff, so let's... I would imagine that this is the plane of the galaxy as seen from the map, because we're heading along the we're heading around the left side of the galaxy, so we should see it on our right side there. Nope, don't hit the star. Ooh, I almost hit the star on that one. It's the only thing you got to be really careful of when you're using the Super Cruise Overdrive is that it likes to swing your it likes to swing the nose around a lot. And the less optimized your ship is, the worse that trend seems to be. So be super careful if you're going to be doing, you know, boosting into the star or overdriving into the star, because, yeah, that could go really badly for you if you're not paying attention. You end up slamming into the star, taking a bunch of damage. Well, I don't want to say a bunch of damage, but ooh, high metal content times 3. We're going to go check that out because that could easily be... Oh, there's 2 of them here. But realistically... Well, you know what? We're going to go check out the one that has 3 in it just to see if it has something interesting. I'm hoping that it's going to be... It should be Stratum Tectonicus. There really should be some Stratum Tectonicus on there. So let's go ahead and head over there, boost over towards it. Ah, crap, wasn't paying attention. Ended up... I do that sometimes, like I'm staring at it and I'm watching the numbers, but my brain just kind of shuts off, and then all of a sudden we've overshot, and it's like, ugh. I wish we could just leave it at full throttle and the computer will automatically, you know, if it's our target, it will automatically throttle us in the most efficient manner towards our destination. I don't understand why we need all this manual control over everything. Like, if I want, it should be an option. If I want to, you know, do that, then fine. But I hate this whole. I hate this whole. Anything that makes the game easier should come with a detraction. It's like, why? We're here to enjoy a space game, not to be challenged. All right, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And ideally, there's going to be some stratum there's going to be some stratum here, and because it's a high metal content planet, it's almost certainly stratum tectonicus. And we can get our first footfall and grab ourselves 90 million credits.
By 50%.
Yep, that's going to be it. All right, so we're actually probably going to be in this system for a minute because I want to actually get, I actually want to get as many credits as we can out of this. So, let's see. We'll land in this area here. Dude, all right, so we'll land down in here and we'll grab as much we'll grab the stratum really quick. Probably not going to worry about the tussock or the bacteria because I want to hurry up and get over to the other planets and grab as much of that as we can, because that's going to be, like, if we get all 3 planets and they all have stratum tectonicus and we can get first footfall on all of them, that's a lot of money. That is a lot of money. That's carrier payments for a couple of months, all by itself. So we definitely need to invest the time right now to do this, which is fine because we need the carrier to get where it's going anyway. All right, there's a bunch of rocks on this planet, so we got to be a little bit careful because from above it looked like it looked like stratum from far away, and then you get close up and it's like, oh wait, that's not it. So we'll grab this real quick, get our sample, run back to the ship. First footfall, so we should get first footfall on all of these because I have to imagine anybody else who might have come here would have landed on one of these already, so we could be making a lot of money. Where's the next set? Right here. All right, this is gonna make number 2 on planet 1. I always do a sort of like helicopter style of flight over this because I don't like using my SRV. I can cover a lot more distance in my ship and just land, and it's usually much easier. Or if, I don't know, yeah, it's definitely much easier too, if I can find a landing spot. All right, cool. If you can find landing spots, the little, you know, hover over the ground and search for the biology you're trying to get is usually much faster and easier, because you're not having to deal with the SRV getting stuck on terrain and having to avoid this or avoid that, and you just kind of glide over the ground. All right, so that's 90 million credits right there. We need to hurry up and get off of this planet and find the other one. Okay, while that's going up, we'll check the system map here. It's going to be another one of these and that, and 3 biological 3. So we'll check this one out. And unfortunately, the planet that we're trying to get to apparently is all the way around the back. Or did it... Oh, did it not change the... I don't think it changed. Alright, this time I managed to manage my throttle control much better, so we shouldn't overshoot it this time. We can get over to the planet, get our scans done, we should see... So the Elite Dangerous seems to do this panspermia approach to biology, so whatever's in the system... Whatever you find on one planet is almost certainly what you're going to find on the other planets. So because we have 3 high metal content planets with more than one biological signature on it, there's a high probability that all 3 of them are going to have stratum tectonicus on it, and the likelihood being this far out is that all 3 of them are going to be first footfall, because, you know, who the hell comes out how many people are going to come out how many people are going to come all the way out here? Okay, so this is going to be another one that requires 4 probes, so we're just waiting for the speed to come down, and then we start putting our probes out, and then we wait for them to hit, just like we did on the last one. Unfortunately, this is going to be one that's different, so let's go check out the one that has 2. So that's 90 million credits off the table there. Is there a reason you won't bring up? There we go. So biological... Is this high metal content? Yeah. So let's go check out this one then. That's unfortunate. usually you get the same stuff in the same areas. So it's kind of weird that that ended up happening that way. All right, well, our carrier has completed its first jump, so we're gonna have to take a second here after we fire off our probes to schedule the next one so that it's you know, far enough ahead that hopefully we can catch up with it at some point. In the future, on routes where we don't have a known pristine icy ring in our future, within a reasonable range of where we're trying to go, I want to be careful about making sure we don't send the carrier too far ahead of us, because I don't want to send it further ahead and then find an icy ring farther back. But for now, I'm not that worried about it, because our route is telling us that there is a pristine icy ring on one of the waypoints that we're heading through. So we'll be a little bit more careful, or we'll be a little bit more, we'll be a little bit less worrisome about that. So let's see, I need to bring up the next route here. Oh yeah, we gotta wait for the cooldown to finish, so hold on a second. I really wish that they would fix the music problem here. Yep, there's a stratum here, so let's go ahead and get around to the light side of the planet. Switch modes to the combat mode to get rid of all the blue. And then we'll hop down and grab some stratum tectonicus as quick as we can, and then hopefully get a few more jumps in before we have to be done with this episode. Alright, so anything over here is going to be fine. We'll pick this area right here. So we got to carefully manage our throttle to make sure that we're not over speeding down to where the drop zone is. Because if you do that, you end up taking a little bit of damage. Or I don't know if you take damage at this point. I don't think we're going fast enough. But you end up dropping too high and you have to go all the way down in manual thruster mode, and that sucks. So it behooves you to be very careful approaching the planet. Get down towards the planet, we'll pull out our landing gear, and then we should start seeing some little green patches start to show up. Little green rocks. Eventually. Okay. I mean, yeah, that's stratum tectonics. They're not always green. I shouldn't say green. Little rocky-looking things with stripes in them. Kind of look like veins. But yeah, this is definitely stratum tectonicus. Another 90 million credits with the first footfall. There we go. So that's one. Okay, keyboard didn't respond the way I was expecting it to, so that's weird. Not sure why that happened. Okay, this is going to be 2 right here. Alright, that's going to make number 2 on the second planet here. Just need 1 more, and we will be able to move on to the next system. So this time I got to be careful about waiting until the screen totally loads so that it registers my keyboard commands, because I'm trying to do this hover thing, and I'll hold down the forward thruster and then, you know, go forward on the stick there. Come on, give me a landing. There we go. This is why I fly with shields, because I don't want to have to be super careful. Can you imagine if we didn't have shields and had to, like, if we were slammed into the ground that way? That would be no bueno. I don't want to have to be super careful. I don't want to be overly reckless either, but, you know, I don't necessarily want to have to be super careful either. So we'll wait for that to purge, and then we'll hop onto the ship. Then we'll use the next system en route key, or maybe not. Let's get off the planet and see if it'll let me do it. Get off the planet, next system en route. There we go. The next system en route keybind is in the targeting section of the your menu. So for those of you who ask about that every time I mention it, or not every time. Everybody used to keep asking me about it, so I just make it a habit of mentioning. It's in the targeting section of your keybinds menu. Okay, overdrive out of the gravity well here. Oh, because I forgot to turn the overdrive off. Too many little things to pay attention to. All right, so we have 4 jumps until we get to where our carrier currently is, but our carrier is going to jump another 500 light years, so I don't want the carrier to get too far ahead. I don't know. I don't know if I want the carrier to get too far ahead of us. Maybe we can catch up. Maybe we can. I don't know. I don't want to skip over too much, because, you know, there's a lot of money to be made out here, and we're not in a hurry. Like, there's no rush to get anywhere. Because, like, if we finish this trip super fast, then what? You know, go around again. So we kind of need to. I don't want to rush through this particular trip too much, because it's just, you know, no biology on this one so far. far. And it looks like we're going to finish this system out with a gas giant. So that's good. Move on to the next one. Oh, you know what? I forgot. Forgot that we need to get our carrier to actually do the next jump, huh? Okay, so hold on. I gotta copy the next route. I'm gonna get into here. I'm gonna open the galaxy map. And we gotta do that. Get it on. Oh, come on. The router started with a jump that was too long. So now I'm having to like manually do these. So I can delete that one. I'm probably gonna have to redo the dang thing. Oh wait, we gotta do the fuel scoop. We definitely need to do the fuel scoop. Okay. Are we heading straight to where our carrier is now? No. Let's at the next, we're just gonna go ahead and jump to the next. We're just gonna go ahead and jump to the carrier. The carrier will carry us another 500 light years. I don't mind skipping a few hundred light years here and there. I mean, we have a long journey ahead of us, and if the carrier is only really doing 2 jumps per episode, my bad. Let's get to, we're heading to the carrier because we'll be able to save that now. Yeah, I'm not overly concerned about getting every possible light year explored as possible. We're mostly just kind of going out and enjoying the galaxy. Our primary goal is trying to get to these waypoints that and if we find cool stuff along the way, then great. So we'll get to the carrier, we'll dock, and then we'll call it a day for the episode. And then next episode that we start, the carrier will have completed its jump, and we'll be another 500 light years closer to our next waypoint. So this is a slow and steady wins the race kind of a series. We're not really trying to. It's a slow and steady wins the race kind of thing, but we're not going to be ridiculous about it. It's kind of what I'm getting to. All right, and there is our carrier. Let's go ahead and scan really quick, just to see what's here. Well, you know what? I don't want to risk missing the carrier. I don't want the pads to lock down or anything like that. Let's just go ahead and get to it. All right, and then we have to do the obligatory 7.5 kilometers before they'll let us accept the docking request. Before they'll accept the docking request for us. Let's go ahead and boost here real quick. There is. All right, we're going right there.
Landing gear deployed.
All right, that takes care of getting us back onto the carrier. Let's go ahead and hop into the carrier services here. We'll sell off our astrometric data, our cartographic data really quick. There shouldn't be that much because we only did like a few things, but we got we got a cool 3.6 million out of that, so that's not bad. We got, all right, yeah, a couple little bonuses out of that. Let's go ahead and disembark. We'll head over to Vista Genomics and sell off the Stratum Tectonicus that we did. And we just got to run and head up the elevator here. And I'm going to say it every time, they need to add just 2 seconds worth of elevator music here. Just because, why not? Okay, run all the way down the hallway here off to the left and get to Vista Genomics so that we can sell off all of our stuff.
Life in the black.
So we got 38 million credits just from the exploration data. We're gonna get a total of 190 million credits because of all the first footfall. So at 30, let's just round it to 30 million. At 30 million credits a week, that's a couple months worth of carrier payments. So I can dig it. Let's head over to our financial management, and while we do that, I'm gonna ask you to go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. You can hit the like and subscribe button to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. You can join as a member for early access to videos, among other perks, or you can just leave YouTube's version of a tip with the thanks button. Also have PayPal and Patreon links in the description for those of you who prefer to go that route, because some people like to go outside of the YouTube economy to help out with channels and stuff like that. So the links are there for you should you choose to use them. So again, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to come back for our next episode where hopefully we'll find some more really cool stuff. And I'll see you then.